Do you mind? You're kind of in my shot right now. Just doing some crawling. Gotta hop it up there, I guess. That weight is, I like it. I like this truck on low. Whoa. I like this truck on low, but with that extra weight, it only crawls, a little bit on low. You have to run it pretty much in second gear with the extra weight. There we go. That up there. So you have to kind of. It's hard to run in first gear with the extra weight, obviously, but just showing you the Vaseline shocks and the weight. Oh, my cover came off. That happens sometimes in baseball. Don't mind everybody. Oh, can I get out? There we go. Let's take it from the other side. Like I said, I like the flag because it's, if you're running behind an obstacle, you can still kind of see where your rig is. And you can see the light really lights your way underneath your wheels, and that's what I mean. Even in a pretty well lit room, you can run into some dark spots on the course where you're running, or over the logs that you're crawling. No, am I gonna? Oh. So I like having the light out of the bumper and underneath the front end. It really, when it's looking right at you, it's not blinding you. You can see what you're looking at as you're crawling over it, and you can see that weight that I've added in the battery tray and by the engine really helps it really crawl really well. It's a lot less tippy. I mean, it does, obviously, it's gonna have its point of where it fails on its tipping point, but you can see the bar weight really keeps the CG down low. And that's probably the maximum right there. It's probably gonna fail after any further. Let's see if I can steer into it and save it. Steer away. There, steer away. Oh, didn't. But the Vaseline. Hey, I'm trying to do something here, man. Can you keep it down? The Vaseline shocks really help to. The Vaseline shocks. I'm hoping that cocoa butter stays in there, and that cocoa butter kind of melts in there and stays in part of that housing and keeps these shocks dampened, because they seem to be dampened pretty well. Let's try it straight across. Yeah. Oh. See, like right here, when I would run it over this like 4, it would fail. It would fall over. But and I could never get over the dog's ball without it tipping over. But you can see that weight keeps it pretty upright. Oh, it failed that time. Anyway, I just thought, I didn't give a really long demo of, how this thing really performs. This is just, basic crawling. Hey, cut it out. Kids and all. So, yeah. The mods I've made of this didn't really cost me anything. It's stuff I had around the house, putting the weight in, the chassis, and just sticking some Vaseline in the shocks. The other stuff was kind of creative mods, the flag or whatever. But I like the functionality of the things I've done to it. It's made it crawl a lot better and handle a lot better. It takes, I'm able to take more difficult lines with it than I was before. So we are gonna build a course on a 4x8 sheet of plywood in the spring, hopefully. Ooh, look at that articulation. There's some articulation porn. Some articulation. That's good. Ooh, just back it up a little bit. Look at that. This handles it like a champ. Oh, get back on your wheels. We're going to build a course on a 4x8 sheet of plywood, and I'm going to build it in the garage and put it on a raised platform, sort of, so it's like, I don't know, about a little bit less than waist level, so you can comfortably sit in a bar chair and, crawl on it. But we're going to try to put some really good obstacles on it, some running water, all kinds of different things, and make it different areas, like one area mud, one area with sand, one with rock, one with river rock, kind of, you get a little bit of each one, and then a covered bridge, running across the whole thing. I don't know, somehow we're going to put it together, probably by magic. I don't know, somehow we'll put it together. But you can see she's, a lot less tippy. And I mean, just really grabs. I mean, look at that. The stock would have tipped over way by now. You can see it this angle, and I still can. Oh, there it went. So, just doing some crawling. When you're an old guy that's disabled, I'm not like really, like I can walk around and everything. Like my heart is shot. Like they say that, if I don't get a heart transplant, there's nothing more they can do for my heart. And I'm like, I don't want someone else's heart, man. It's mine. It's my heart. So I'm not doing that, So I have to do stuff within my wheelhouse, and this is something I can do pretty easily on my own without anyone's help. And I can take it places. Like if I go to my mother and father-in-law's, I can take it places, and crawl over there. The one recommendation I will tell you, if you're gonna buy one of these, the most important thing you get is a block that does not put more than 2 amps into that charger. It would be best if it put an amp or less, so 400 milliamp hours on the charging block, or 0.5 volts. You want less than 2 amps in that charger for that battery. A guy on YouTube, I think it was RC Sparks, I'm not sure, he recommended, he said, hey, first thing you need to do is make sure you get the right block for it, so you don't fry the batteries. So, get the right charging block. And the first actual mod you should do, I'm going to do, I mean, well, you can do what you want, But really, the first mod is to get a balanced charger, because the charger that they use, that they send with the truck, it's a good charger, and it will charge it in about, it takes about an hour. They say 2 hours, but it's usually closer to an hour. And it does a decent job, but the balanced charger will give you much longer life out of the battery, of what I understand. So it's important to get a balanced charger, and probably, a couple extra batteries, so you can crawl. Look at that. See, that's what I mean. That bar weight, in the frame there and on the battery, really helped this thing. And the Vaseline shocks. See, Vaseline shocks, good to go. Who knows? It may work, and it may turn out to be a complete fail, and the shocks will end up being more Springer than they were before, and I'll just have to upgrade them anyway. But who knows? The fact is, you pay $120, and with a couple of things around your house, you don't really need to go do a bunch of upgrades. You can just do them yourself. It's hard. These things are small. When you're looking at this thing, my thumb is the size of my winch I made, so these things are small. So, I got a pair of, bifocal safety glasses. I used to work at this company, and they gave me a pair of safety glasses, and the first safety glasses I got were bifocal. And, so I was trying to I was walking out in the plant, and all of a sudden I'm trying to look through these things. I'm like, whoa, I can't see anything. Oh, we must have given you bifocals. Here, we'll give you another pair. So I just kept the bifocals and took them home, and now I can use them for, intricate stuff. So they did tell me I could keep the bifocals, so I did not steal them or misappropriate any of the plant's property. I just want to let everybody know that I'm not a thief. So, but that's the kind of stuff you need. You need something where you can kind of get into it. If your eyesight's not great for reading and stuff, I would recommend something like that can get you some magnification. The other thing that I would recommend you get is a little toolbox or small box that you're going to carry your tools around for this in, and a magnet, a big magnet, because these screws that come out of here are really small. They're tiny small, and you need a magnet to keep those screws nice and tight so that you don't lose them. So that's the next thing I would recommend: a small toolbox and a good magnet. Probably not a flat magnet off your refrigerator, but a decent sized magnet will probably do the job. Just stuff that will make the screws and stuff stick to it when you're working on it. That way you don't lose anything. Oh, Chris. Oh, there we go. So yeah, that's what I've done to this thing, and it cost me nothing. It cost me $120 for the truck, and everything else I've done pretty much on my own with stuff I have around my house. You might not have a magnet around your house to do the hood with or whatever, but just look at it and see what you can come up with. See what you can come up with. And if I had to do all over again and I didn't have those bars that I put in there, if you watch my first video, you see that I put bars inside of the truck and the frame. If I didn't have those bars, I would probably get bolts and just cut the heads off the bolts and put them through the frame. So if you want to do that, you'll have to watch my video. I don't know how to link stuff. That's not me. I can barely make a video. So as you can see, the quality of this is on an iPhone 6s, and it's used to be my daughter's. So that's how we roll here.